Hey guys, long time no see! So this is just a quick update video to answer a few questions that I've received over the course of this year, and just to give you a heads up in terms of the direction the channel is going to be going from this point on. So just to start from square one, a lot of the questions are, where have I been since February? So if you watched my more recent videos, I guess is the best way to put it, my last few videos, which was around February, I would have mentioned in the comment section and during the course of my Dark Souls playthrough that there were financial situations with regards to my family that I needed to step up and assist with, so I more or less stopped uploading videos. I was fortunate enough to find work, and I've been doing that pretty much since February. Now, as to why the video stopped, it is essentially linked to that. Anytime I came home from work, I was just exhausted, both mentally and physically, and I just didn't have that concentration and focus needed to continue making videos. I wouldn't be able to do both my job and that together and do it at a decent standard, so I opted just to stick a pin in that whole thing. Now, looking where I am now and where I was before, the situation with the family is much more improved. I've got a decent amount of savings built up again, and I'm now in that position where bringing some life back into the channel is definitely something I can do. So from what you may have noticed if you've been tuning in recently, is I've been doing a few random live streams just to give it a test drive. I wasn't aware that YouTube had this facility, and it's got a few hiccups, and I'm not too clued in about the settings and how to do it, but we had a few bumps here and there, but overall it works pretty well. So since you're already subscribed to my channel, there's no downside to it. You can just hop straight into the stream and you can start commenting, and I can respond to you guys live. So how the format is going to be from now on with this channel is I'll do random streams. It will often be late at night, so if it's on a day that I'm working, it will often be at around about 10:30. That's usually when I get home. I'll likely just fire up the stream straight away and you guys can join in. So if you're from the UK, I know that's a bit unfair, but if you live in a different time zone, who knows, it could work out for you better. So I'll be doing live streams there. Friday and Saturday are my days off, so I'll be doing streams at a more reasonable time for you UK viewers. So that'll be just random streaming to keep the channel active. The next thing is with regards to the Dark Souls 2 playthrough. So I did leave that hanging. So what I've done just a couple of days back is I have purchased Dark Souls 2 once more, but it's the updated version, the Scholar of the First Sin. So I've already started playing that from square one. So this is how it's going to work. I sound like a teacher now. This is how it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I will stream my playthrough. You guys can chip in live, so if I make a mistake or do something stupid, or if you've got any advice, you can tell me immediately and I can act on that. And once I've played a decent amount, I'll stop and I'll have the whole stream in one massive clip. It'll automatically be saved to YouTube. So you've got two options. If you chip into the live stream, you can watch it then and there. If you're not available during the live stream, you can watch the fully uploaded version and all the mess that I get into. If you feel that that clip is too big, what I'm going to then do is I'm going to take the full live stream from YouTube. I can chuck that into Sony Vegas and I'll edit that into 15 to 20-minute videos like I did the original Dark Souls playthrough, and I'll edit it with the same pizzazz, the sound effects, the little voice clips, the little yellow text, the standard format, and I will release those in 15 to 20-minute clips, and once I've used all that footage up, then I will resume the live stream for Dark Souls 2 where you can chip in again. So it'll be that cycle, I do a Dark Souls live stream, get 2 to 3 hours. You can watch that fully if you want spoilers, or you can watch it live. I'll then break those down into 15 to 20-minute videos, edit them like I always do. Once that footage has been fully used, I can then continue the live stream, and we've got that perfect little cycle. So you've got options: watch it live, watch it fully when it's finished, or watch it in the smaller chunks like the usual format. And when I'm not doing anything Dark Souls related, I'll still be streaming other games. So I could be playing with Dog. You know, we've been playing WildStar recently, which is another MMORPG. If I'm playing any other co-op related game, you can jump in there as well. And I think that this is a more structured format. So what I won't be doing is, you know, putting too much pressure. I want to keep things as simple as possible. So moving on to that, there's a reason why I've released this video here and now, mainly because I've got free time. And you're thinking, hang on, you said before that you were working. I am, but currently I am what's known as off on sick leave at the moment, and it's due to a couple of health related issues, so I make it sound like I'm dying, which I'm not. But all that's happened is because I use a PC both at home and at work, I'm sat in a position which really the human body wasn't meant to do for prolonged periods of time. So for anyone who uses a PC or laptop in a similar fashion that I do, what I've been diagnosed with is I was given two phrases. One was ulnar nerve entrapment, or cubital tunnel syndrome. You've probably heard of carpal tunnel syndrome. Think of it as the brother to that. So all that happens is when I use a PC or laptop, as I continue to use the mouse in both hands, I start experiencing pins and needles in the smallest finger, that's the pinky, naturally. Then it spreads to the ring finger, then the wrist, the elbow and the shoulder. And if I continue to work through that sensation, it eventually goes from discomfort to pain, and it even gets to the point where making a fist is quite difficult. If I push myself beyond that, I feel it even when I'm not doing those activities. So going to sleep is quite a bit of a difficult task, and every time I wake up I just have these pins and needles constantly. The good news is I've already been off from work for approximately 2.5 weeks, and where I was before 2 weeks or so ago wasn't very good, and where I am now is much better. So it's obviously a good sign that simply by reducing the amount of time I do my PC related activities, my body's on the mend. My blood work showed a few things that needed to be corrected, so I've received a few injections for that, so that's on a plus as well. All I'm waiting for now is to hear back from the neurology team, and they're going to decide whether any sort of surgery is needed or any other treatment that can help deal with my current condition. But it's quite clear this is one of those that doesn't go away like other conditions where, you know, you break an arm and it repairs over time, but this is an issue linked directly to the nerve, so it's hard to say what the impact will be. But the good news is, in the long haul, I'm feeling much better, and I feel pretty confident that in the long run, I'll be back to normal. So I'll be off from work until the end of October, and then at that point I'll be back to business as usual. So even though I have got all this free time, I'm not going to put my body through any more abuse. I'm going to stick to that plan that I mentioned. I'll do random streams, I'll do Dark Souls streams, I'll edit those videos as I always have. I'm not going to promise 2 to 3 videos a week, it's unreasonable. The videos will be ready when they are ready. I'm not going to dilute the quality just so I can get them out. I've not got any weekly quotas or targets that I'm looking to hit, and now that my job is actually bringing in some income and I've saved up a decent amount, I've now got that little safety net that I can relax and just make videos like I normally did, which allows me to segue to the final bit. So I've mentioned this before and it tanked, but I'd like to mention it again in case people want to go down this route. I did set up what's known as a Patreon page. Some folks are probably rolling their eyes. Other folks are asking, what the fuck's Patreon? Patreon is effectively an online tipping jar, to put it mildly. I'll have a link available in case you want to do that. Basically, you can donate to guppies like myself if you like the content that a particular individual is producing. It doesn't necessarily have to be YouTube specific. In my case it is though. But if you're happy with content a certain provider is making, then you can actually donate whatever amount you feel is necessary, whether it's a one-off, whether it's a recurring thing, and it just cuts out the middleman. Patreon only takes like a small sliver, and that's just to keep their website up and running. Right now, with my YouTube channel, even when it was at its peak, the most I was making with the ad revenues was about £12 a month. So, as I said, I'm not really in this for the money, because what you get from what YouTube provides is a very small amount. You know, it's like a Warcraft subscription. But anything you guys feel that is worth putting forward, I'm more than happy to accept that. I've even got some rather outrageous targets. If by some truly miraculous conditions that all those targets are hit, then I can actually reduce the time that I spend at work and use those 3 hours doing what I enjoy doing most, which is playing video games. But basically sharing that experience with you guppies. So if you ever do want to go down that route, that's certainly available. If you are strapped for cash, or if you think, oh fuck this, I'm not paying for this, you can do it. You can support the channel in the standard way. You can subscribe and just tell people about the channel. It's the most effective way. You know, just send a link to a friend and say, look, here's this idiot. He screams at the screen anytime something scary happens. He's got the disposition of a flamingo, and yeah, that can work just as well. So that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to talk about. Now, I have gone off on a tangent. I did say I was only going to be speaking for a few minutes, but that is the entirety of what's happened since February. So yeah, I hope you guys stop by during the live streams, and if you have any questions, you're certainly welcome to ask. I respond to PMs as soon as I can. But I've got a Dark Souls video to edit. I'm about, let's see, 13 minutes and 15 seconds through with the first video, and hopefully I can catch up to where my original Dark Souls 2 playthrough was, and then we'll be experiencing the freshest and newest of contents. So this is me signing out, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Ta-ta!